After about 4 days of on and off mining, I completed phase 3. There was nothing too crazy in the chest. The ice is meant to give you your infinite water source, but I know the forbidden techniques, so it wasn't necessary. I was starting to stockpile a decent amount of iron. Not enough for a full set of iron yet, but hopefully by the end of phase 4. Speaking of, we have the ocean phase. Having completed 3 phases in just 9 days, I was starting to question how long the phases were actually going to take. I didn't want to blow through them all in 20 days, so I started prioritizing other stuff, like adding another row of blocks to the entire island. What I didn't know is that it takes exponentially more and more blocks for every phase, so I'm not sure 20 days is even possible. Ooh, sand. It's the little things. In these early phases, there really wasn't much to do outside of breaking the 1 block. My idea for this island was to cover the entire thing in grass, and the only way to get dirt was the 1 block for now. The puddle is there in case any water mobs spawn. I'm no betting man, but it took a while to get the first living thing. Unless you count the coral. It didn't make it. Turtles are much cooler anyways. One of them may have suffered a minor concussion, but he'll be fine. And then I came face to face with a mob I was not capable of defeating face to face, so I backed away slowly. For reference, these guys do enough damage to 2-shot someone with an iron helmet. Luckily, the pit turned it into more of a face-to-feet battle, in which I had the advantage. It was still a bit awkward, so I replaced the bottom row with some slabs and continued my worship. And on the morning of day 10, I got my first diamond. 1 diamond is never enough, so I continued mining. Until things got fishy. It's a good thing I added those slabs. I wouldn't want this to look awkward or anything. Now that I'd gotten my first taste of the rich life, I needed to see what else the block had to offer. Then I remembered bundles were a thing, and I couldn't just leave it with the default skin. Well, now that just looks like Santa. Santa or not, this bundle meant that I'd be able to mine the 1 block for much longer before unloading my inventory. I'll just let this clip speak for itself. Should have been a fish lifeguard. I finally had enough dirt to finish the expansion I started earlier. But this raised the question of how long I could, or should, keep up this 1 row at a time expanding thing. The bottleneck at the moment was dirt, since my only source was the 1 block. This would change once I got access to the nether, but for now I decided that it made more sense to build the main island out of planks first, so that I could take advantage of the extra space now. Then I'd worry about filling in the dirt later. It was time to start stockpiling a lot of wood. When I ran out of trees, I summoned the courage for another fish rescue. The turtle really seemed to like the fish. That, or he was just hungry. Not as hungry as the snow fox, apparently.
The free-range snow foxes decided to start migration early this year.
I got some replacement fish a minute or so later, and was forced to expand the pond again thanks to the turtle now taking up half of it. The 1 block knew exactly what it was doing when it gave me a glow squid. Knowing there was nowhere I'd be able to put it since they'd beached themselves in my fish puddle, I was going to need a deeper one. Turns out the glow squid would never get to see it, because no amount of baby proofing can protect a Minecraft mob. But it would be perfect for anything else phase 4 threw at me. Like axolotls, who would murder the entire fish pond without blinking. Mostly because of their lack of eyelids, but they're not to be played with. They also kill squids, so those are off the table now because I'm not making another water hole. This pufferfish was cool, but I wasn't sure if it would poison other mobs, so I kept it in the bucket, made a replacement, and realized I'd accumulated enough iron to make that full set of armor. A huge step toward making myself less of a glass cannon. I don't know what kind of fumes these coral blocks were releasing, but for a second here I actually thought this dolphin was flying. Unfortunately, the way dolphins work, keeping them as pets really isn't possible. Their AI stops working when a player isn't around, and they die. So for that reason, I'm out. They can live the rest of their lives inside the pit. How long that ends up being is up to them. Having the water there made guardians much easier to deal with. Then I got something that was really cool. Frogs. If I'd been training for anything, it was this moment. I ended up catching all 4 tadpoles. A full night of 1-block breaking and animal rescue meant that the trees were ready for chopping. And with my 2 stacks of logs exactly, I was ready to begin the first major upgrade to the main platform. I'll leave a link in the description to the website I used to build my circles, but it's basically just a lot of counting. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this will be the middle, and it does look like that lines up, so I can count. Yay! Look at that. I did it. I decided to fill it in 1 quadrant at a time. Since I only had enough slabs for 1, the first would be for growing more trees.